What's up, guys? Welcome to another Sabbath with me and my wife. Today Emma's taking us.
I have chosen the date today, and I told him it's an international market, but he hasn't seen any part of it. He doesn't know how big it is, how small it is, if it's indoor or outdoor. He has no idea. He probably knows it's indoor, because I'm not doing that.
So we're excited to go. Going in blind. Emma knows what it is, and we'll see you guys there. So we head on over to the Asian market, and here we're listening to one of our favorite podcasts. It's a true crime podcast about some cave divers who died, which transitions us perfectly into setting the tone for today. Hebrews 9:27 says, "And just as it is appointed for man to die once, and after that comes judgment." One day all of us are going to face judgment before an almighty God. And today we have the opportunity to ask, what will be our destiny? See, a major reason that we are visiting the Asian market is because Emma and I feel called to international missions to spread the good news of the gospel, because all people across the globe are going to face judgment one day. And we have the amazing opportunity to plead the name of Jesus before God, that I am not righteous, but that Jesus is, and he stands in my place. So with the tone set, and with our eyes on the world as God's people, we make it to the Asian market. So with that, here is the Asian market. We got some green chili, mozzarella, corn dogs, rice cake. They're spicy. It's really weird. Got a ton of drinks. They have such beautiful pictures on them. And I thought this one was really cool. It's got a big old whale on it. Our son's named after the whale story, Jonah. Got some bubble teas. We have brown sugar, honeydew, and taro. I would have never guessed those flavors. We have cactus pear, we have rambutan, and we have winter jujube. We got some durians here, and some mochi rice cake with sesame, peanut, and red bean. Emma found some classic Mexican treats that she loves. I ran into some live frogs, which are made into these amazing dishes. Also found some live crabs. I don't know how live they really were. Some dried out fish.
I'm famous. My product made it in stores.
Some really fun little desserts that you can make as a little date. We might do that sometime. And some super interesting chips. Cucumber, lobster, salsa, barbecue, quail eggs, of course. A full authentic Mexican aisle in the Asian market, complete with Spam and other American goodies. Emma found some cookies. And our little rolling cart. Found some beautiful dishes, some bowls. Very tempted to buy them, and a beautiful teapot set. And here we get to our language section. Here we have some Oreos. Now I'm going to completely butcher these languages, but out of great respect for them, I at least want to try. So we have Oreos, which at the top we can see is oleo, oleo. So that's a word in the upper left-hand corner in Chinese, which is oleo. And then in the center in the gold text is bao kui, which is thin and crispy. So that's thin and crispy Oreos, which is oleo bao kui, thin and crispy Oreos. Found some Korean mango flavored choco pie, so let's take a look at that. At the very top it says Orion. Super cool about Korean that I didn't know before filming this video is that each of those Korean characters is actually a full syllable. So the little disconnected parts are actually letters that are put into one full syllable. So at the very top it says Orion. And then it says choco pie, which is a borrowed word from English, which is chocolate pie or choco pie. And so there at the bottom of the title, it says mango rasimat, which is mango lassi flavor. And so all that together is Orion choco pie, mango rasimat, which is Orion's chocolate pie, mango lassi flavor. We found some butter cookies. Now the Japanese here is using some hiragana, some katakana. Let's go through both of them. So we're not going to break down any kanji, which are the complicated ones. We're just going to do hiragana, which is the native language letters, and then katakana, which is the borrowed word alphabet. So first things first, it says butsa in the white above butter, which is butsa. That dash lengthens the vowel, so it's butsa. And then next to it we have kyoki, which is cookie. So it's butta kyoki, which is borrowed, butter cookie. And then here's the only hiragana, which is a native word, which is oshi, which is delicious. And so they are delicious. What are they? They are cookies. And again, you see that dash there at the bottom that lengthens the vowel. That's cookie. And then rangu, which is long. Almost every letter in Japanese ends with a vowel. There's only a handful that don't. And so here we have rangu. That's why the u sound is at the end. And then sera, which is cellar. So altogether we have bata kyoki, oshi kyoki, rangu sera. which is butter cookie, delicious cookie, long seller, which means it has been sold for a very long time. We found some soursop in Vietnamese. So in Vietnamese, it's mang cu, which is soursop, and I know I'm butchering the Vietnamese, that's okay. If there are any speakers, please leave a comment down below. Mê is tamarind, which has just such a distinct flavor. I do not care for it. And then we have Kong Hot, which is seedless. And so it's Mang Ko Mê, Kong Hot, which is soursop tamarind, seedless. And then at the bottom, you have a little kind of cool turn of phrase, which says Kang An, Kang Gyeon, which is the more you eat, the more delicious it is. Pretty cool. We found these Chinese Shanja Bang Bang Bang. So the Chinese that's on there says Shanja, which is hawthorn. I had no idea what hawthorn was, so if you're like me, I left a little picture up in the corner, which is a type of berry. Never heard of this before, but Shanja is hawthorn. And then we have Bang, which is stick. And so it says Shanja Bang Bang Bang, which is hawthorn stick stick stick. Just a fun way of saying it. And then they clarify at the bottom, it is a Lan Mei, which is blueberry, Lan Mei Shanja Bang, which is blueberry hawthorn stick. Chinese is very sensitive to emphasis in the word, so I already know I'm messing it all up, but if we have any speakers, please leave a comment down below. And I couldn't help but include the K-pop Demon Hunters. So here we have some more Korean with the syllable blocks where the letters come together to make one syllable. The large text that goes across the entire bag says Seu, which is shrimp, and Kong, which is the brand, so it is Kong branded shrimp flavor. And then we have Meun, which is spicy mat, which is flavor, which we already saw flavor. And a shrimp snack is Seu Kong. And of course, we had to include the Mushroom Mountains. My sister got some of these for me when she went to Hawaii. Very nice. So let's take a look at what they say. There's only hiragana here, which are the native letters for the native alphabet. There's no katakana, which are the foreign borrowed words. So unfortunately, there's no easy words. But we can still tackle it. It says Kinoko, which is mushroom, no, which is of, and yama. Now notice this is a kanji, which is a combination of hiragana to make one word, almost like a word picture. And so that kanji, yama, is spelled with the hiragana that is shown there below. And the kanji, as I said, a word picture, almost even looks like a mountain. Put together, it's Kinoko no Yama, which is mushroom mountain. Pretty cool. And next up, we have these little bud looking things. What are they? Well, they are little bamboo shoots. They look just like how they look in Minecraft, which I think is hilarious. Let's take a look at the hiragana and one kanji. The big title in bamboo sticks says Takeno, which is bamboo shoot, no, which is of, sato, which is a village. And so together it is Takeno no Sato, which is the bamboo shoot of the village, but it goes in reverse order to English, and so it is the village of bamboo shoots, or as we would say, bamboo shoot village. Take a look at these preserved duck eggs. They're black. Pretty cool. So I had a pretty hard time with these ones. I'm gonna try my best. My best understanding of what these are soft-centered preserved eggs. So the top word says pine flower, which are apparently what preserved eggs are called because when you open them up, they have streaks that go through them, which makes them look like a pine flower. And so if that is correct, at the top on the little orange flap, it says Songhua, which is pine flower. And then in the center, it doesn't look exactly right, but most of the letters look correct. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It appears to say something like Tongxing Songhua Dan, which is a soft-centered preserved egg, which looks about right. Now this is one we actually ended up picking up. It's some assorted candy. This one is all katakana just about. So get ready to recognize some words. Across the very center, the top line, it says furutsu, which you might be able to guess is fruit. You'll notice a double U in my spelling because of that dashed line, making the middle vowel longer. Furutsu. Then we have gumi. So furutsu gumi is our first line. Second line is asoto, which is assortment. And if you can squint your eyes at the three flavors, lychee, mango, strawberry, it says raichi, which is lychee, mango, which is mango, and strawberry, which is strawberry. Another thing we got were these awesome matcha candies. This one has a lot of kanji. It also has a lot of katakana. Let's look at the kanji first. It says tukuno, which is extra rich. The katakana, the borrowed word, is miruku, which is milk. You're gonna have to really search for namokurimu, but it's in the upper left-hand corner on that golden seal in the very middle. It says nama, which is a kanji, and then kurimu, which is a borrowed word, so it has katakana, fresh, kurimu, cream. And then at the bottom, golden ribbon, it says the in just Latin letters, and then matcha in kanji. And of course, we couldn't escape a little bit of Spanish. Here we have pollo con arroz. I can't roll my R's, please don't make fun of me. This says sopa sabor a pollo con arroz, which is sopa is soup, sabor is flavored, a, which is as or to, pollo, chicken, con with arroz, rice. And I couldn't resist with this cute little pig thingy, which says sabor a jamón de cocinar, which is flavor of ham, sabor, flavor, of jamón, ham, de cocinar, which is of or for cooking. And then at the bottom it says y otros sabores naturales, which is y and otros, others, sabores, flavors, naturales, which is natural. So, and other natural flavors, which I do think is really funny because it's ham flavoring with other natural flavors. We found some awesome stuff for Chinese New Year, lucky cat, some money to give to people, and of course some good luck. We picked up some dumpling dough, check out this green soy milk for some reason, some frozen seasoned seaweed salad, some quail eggs. From what I can tell, these are sesame seed covered strawberries. And here we have a crazy assortment of canned drinks, including coconut juice, roasted coconut juice, soursop, pomegranate, mango, passion fruit, guava, pennyworth, sugarcane, and mangosteen. And then we checked out and our trip was done. Thanks so much for watching our video. Remember to pray for the people of Asia that they would encounter Jesus. Up on the screen are some more videos that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy, and I'll see you next time.